There's the fastball.
See, that's the intensity of this at-bat coming out on a bad call. He is so locked in. He lives for these situations.
Swing and a miss on the fastball at 98. And Bryce Harper's been tossed. He slams down his bat, gets in Chris Siegel's face, and now he's going to further demonstrate where the strike zone is.
If he didn't drive that run in, he wasn't staying in this game. And he said that's twice, so there must have been a call earlier in the game that he didn't like down the zone.
He would like himself to do, but he's taking his walks.
Checked his swing and took a strike. That's the second time Donaldson's taken issue with Dan Bellino.
You can see him say, I'm asking, was it on the swing or was it on the pitch? But if he says you swung, then you go, okay, fine, yeah, I swung, whatever. You're not going to argue that, but if you think that ball that was 5 inches off the plate.
And now here comes Rocco Baldelli.
So we didn't see this at the beginning of July in this series. You can tell the intensity of these games is really starting to ramp up, and you know, Rocco protecting Donaldson, number one, from getting thrown out of this game, arguing with the home plate umpire, but at the same time trying to figure out why he's arguing with his hitter in the middle of an at-bat.
And then this, deep down the left field line, home run. Donaldson with a solo home run, and the Twins have hit 3 against Lopez this afternoon.
And what a move by manager Rocco Baldelli to come out and diffuse that situation, let Donaldson focus back in on what he's trying to do, and then the spark that he needed. Donaldson didn't miss it.
He tossed him. They just tossed Donaldson for kicking dirt on home plate as he crossed home plate. So now here comes Rocco Baldelli, and he's likely to get tossed too. Donaldson kicked dirt on home plate as he crossed it, and Dan Bellino's just kicked him out of the game.
You see something you maybe never have seen before. I have never seen a guy get thrown out after hitting a home run. But Donaldson obviously fired up. You don't like to see him getting ejected, but sometimes the emotion just gets the best of you.
Well, Bellino looking at him as he left the batter's box, almost as if he anticipated something happened.
I mean, I shouldn't be laughing, but I mean, I've never seen that before.
And then Josh getting his money's worth.
Good arms now.
Strike 3 call. Machado does not like it, and we'll say some things here to Bill Welke. Yeah, he's going to get tossed. Manny Machado is tossed from this game. Ooh, and to throw his bat off the backstop after being ejected, and he will head to the clubhouse.
Well, let's go back to the pitch here. It's a fastball off the plate at 97. We've seen a lot of pitches tonight, both ways called off the plate strikes. Sure, Manny has a legitimate gripe, but as I said, when you're around the plate, he got that particular call there. Does he have a right to gripe? Yes, but the bad thing here is, though, what happened after this. You know, the ejection, what's going to happen. Then he threw his bat. That's not a good thing.
Bogaerts will lead it off. Bogaerts has had a big series. The 4 for 8, couple of runs scored. Moreland and then Young will follow. .333 batting average for the Red Sox shortstop. Gausman's delivery to him, and he didn't mean to do that. Oh, he threw him out of the game.
You gotta be kidding me.
He threw him out of the game.
Oh, you're.
Now remember, there were no warnings given, so this is a decision by the home plate umpire that the pitcher threw at him intentionally. There were no warnings given.
On a slider, a 77-mile-per-hour slider that backs up on a cold night. Sam, get it right, Sam. Come on. It's too late, though. You can beg and you do whatever, but this is all about what happened last night. And what happened in Baltimore? Caleb Joseph knows he wasn't trying to hit him with a backup slider.
No, I mean
yeah.
We always try and be fair about these things. Obviously, with a slant a little, but there is no way Kevin Gausman wanted to hit him.
Well, now and again, not Sam Holbrook's been around a long time. There are umpires and there are people in the baseball world, maybe never pitched, but they think sometimes the way you get around throwing at guys is to actually throw a breaking ball. But please, we had Sale throwing 97, Barnes throwing 96, Rodriguez trying to hit him, Bundy plunked Betts. At the end of the day, it's a cold night. This is the first breaking ball he throws, and watch. I mean, it just backs up, and he throws him out. That's a knee-jerk reaction. And again, it really hurts the Orioles. That's the bottom line here. You got your starter. Now somebody's going to have to pitch. Bogart says, you know what? I could have got hit at 98. I'll take it. It's a slider. And you could see Kevin trying to plead his case, but he's gone.
We just cannot get this series back to baseball.
No. Well, but that's accidental. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind.
Oh, yeah, I agree. Yeah. Completely agree.
Yeah, so why didn't Sale get thrown out last night? I'm sure Manny's saying.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and once it gets done, and there's Gibson talking to the Manny.
Obviously, there's nothing that the umpire can do about the Sale situation.
Well, he could have thrown him out because it was pretty obvious.
Yeah. And he will. I think he will get suspended based on what Joe Torre said today. Sale, there he is. Will probably pick up a suspension, although none was announced today. Well, Joe Torre said it looked like it was intentional regarding the hit of Machado, the pitch by Sale to Machado. When he throws the ball behind somebody, unless it's a rainy day, I don't see that being by mistake. That was Joe Torre commenting today. Well, this is just a disaster.
Well, I don't think they can change their mind.
No.
But at the end of the day, Gausman's got to be really disappointed. And they could cheer. I mean, this obviously, these are Red Sox fans. They have every right to think that he threw at him, but he didn't. And he's going, but they never played the game. It's not the way you hit somebody.
So the Orioles are going to have to go to the bullpen for virtually the entire game, for at least 8 innings.
Well, didn't you do that interview with Richard Blyer? I wonder if he'll be the long guy.
And he's the long and middle and short left-hander out of the bullpen, and there he is. So Blyer is going to warm up a bit, and then he'll come on. Now Buck has not been thrown out because there was no warning to the clubs. The manager isn't automatically thrown out if you have a hit batter like that. Had there been warnings given and the umpire rules a pitcher hit a batter intentionally, then both are gone.
But at the end of the day, if you're Sam Holbrook, you still, and I know it's a spur of the moment decision, you have to make a decision if you understand the game, and umpires, I mean, that's what you do for a living. It was a backup slider. It's the first one he threw.
Jim, I mean,
and he hit him in the hip. It wasn't around the head.
Couldn't agree more.
But it's done.
It's a bad call.
Yeah.
And I think an unnecessary one. But this thing just goes on and on and on. So Buck will talk with Blyer here as he comes out of the bullpen. This is going to be his first appearance for the Orioles since being called up. That's Chris Sale, of course, awaiting word on whether he's going to be suspended. So Blyer, the left-hander, talk with Caleb. He'll take his warm-up tosses, and we're only in the second inning. No score.
Did he just kick him out? He threw behind Utley. Did they just kick Syndergaard out?
That's one.
That's unbelievable. Adam Hamari is the home plate umpire. He didn't even hit him.
I think a warning could be issued, but you can't toss a guy for that.
And now Collins is out. He couldn't care less, but Collins is going to get his money's worth. And Collins, in my opinion, is right here.
And you know what you're doing, which no one thinks about as an umpire at the time? You just made it worse.
Strike 3. Judge not thrilled with that call. And he gets thrown out. I think that's the first time he's ever been thrown out.
Well, Ryan Blakely, you just made a lot of enemies because a lot of people paid to come watch Aaron Judge swing the bat.
Kind of stunning. You never see him argue. He has a very bad strike zone against him all the time. And he gets tossed. He wasn't in the guy's face. I don't know what he said, so I can't speak to that.
Again, I mean, it's a very questionable call, borderline.
And drilled is Donaldson. And he's getting escorted down the first baseline with Barrett. Now, you never know if that is on purpose. The Yankees think it is. And Paul, we've seen that throughout the history of baseball. Somebody hits a home run, the next guy gets plunked.
There's a two-seam fastball. It just took up and in.
What do you think, Cam?
Yeah, you know, I don't know. I don't think they're trying to hit him, but what I love the most about this is from the jump, the whole entire dugout up, you know, letting Yimi Garcia know that they don't appreciate that and they've got their teammates back. The chemistry, the character in that clubhouse.
Wow, they threw him out of the game. Not even a warning, they threw him out of the game.
And I'm sure Montoya is not going to like this at all.
Now he gets thrown out.
It looks like a few people have been tossed out of this game very, very quickly.
Well, the umpires were meeting, and you figured they'd give a warning, but they threw him out of the game. And Garcia is fired up, being held back by 3 or 4 Blue Jays. Now Guerrero gets in there, and he'll escort him to the dugout.
You know, tempers and energy are going to be high every time these two teams face off, and you see it from the Yankees dugout, not happy at all about that hit by pitch, and again, the Blue Jays dugout as well, not happy by the call from the umpire, ejecting Yimi Garcia for that.
There's no reason that he felt like he should have been thrown out of this game.
Corbin Burns last night a little bit earlier, and you can see
they
right
rung
there.
him up. You can't believe it, and that's Alan Porter, the first base umpire, that rings him up. 3-2 pitch. Outside, and this time, oh, they do ring him up again. The second time tonight, he's rung up Nolan Arenado.
Oh my gosh, that's worse than the first one.
Wow. Well, as we welcome you back to St. Louis, the Cardinals minus their third baseman now during the commercial break. Nolan Arenado ejected by Alan Porter. Here it is.
I guess I spoke too soon, huh?
Make sure I get there this year.
3-2 pitch. It's low and in. Ball. Oh, they said he went around. He's going to be out of this game if he keeps this up. He is out of this game. Oh my goodness
gracious.
Oh my. I got to tell you, naked eye, he did not swing at that. Somebody's getting a souvenir. I mean, it wasn't even debatable.
Error. Creeping in on the infield. That one squirts away from Alfaro. Here comes Kemp. He tries to elude Alfaro. Jumping tag. He missed. Oh, he got him. Kemp reached above him, touched home plate. And Mark Kotsay is probably going to ask for a replay. Or is he saying he's out of the baseline?
Yes, that's what Adam Hammery has decided, is that Tony Kemp is out of the baseline, and they're going to talk about it. Come on, Blue! He makes a decision very quickly to come down the line, and as Alfaro starts to creep in, you can see Tony maybe a foot or so on the infield grass. From there, leaves his feet, gets to home plate. You've got 3 feet from the time the attempt of the tag is started. So from the time that Alfaro has the ball and starts his pursuit towards Tony Kemp, you've got 3 feet, if you're Tony Kemp, to work laterally, as he did, elevate like he did, and touch home plate safely. Mark Kotsay here in the first inning is going to take in the last 8.5 or so from the clubhouse.
Strike 3. Wow. Gave him a pitch way off the strike zone. And Torres cannot believe it. It gets thrown out of the game. Not allowed to argue balls and strikes, but that was tough for Gleyber Torres. That was clearly outside, and now Aaron Boone will have to talk things over.
And a strike 3 called. And frustration boiling over, and Miller's thrown out of this ball game. Second strikeout of the inning.
Frustrating. It's, you know, we saw Archie Bradley early in the game get frustrated, and Brad Miller, it's understandable.
Called strike 3. Mike Freeman is on to play third base because Eugenio Suarez got tossed during the pitching change. Check this out. All the Mets are on the mound, and Chris Siegel, home plate man, writing in the changes, heard something from the dugout. He believed it was Suarez, who seemed to say it was not him, but he's out of the game.
1-2 coming. On the inside corner, Melanson got him looking, and McCann is hot. And he's been thrown out of the game. This is the first time we've seen James McCann snap like this since coming to the Mets. Fastball inside that clearly was a bit off the plate. Quinn Walcott punches him out, and now Luis Rojas has been ejected as well.
Boy, Rojas is not only pointing at the home plate umpire, but he's pointing to some umpires on the field too. That's one of the rare pitches that Melanson will throw, that cutter inside to a righty to get a big strikeout. I thought it was in. Proper beef for McCann. Never got there.
That's strike 3. Chase Tingler comes flying out of the dugout, and he'll be ejected. Said the ball was down. Here's the thing, Jace is right, but you cannot argue balls and strikes, and the Padres will leave them loaded. We'll get another look at this pitch. That's down.
And again, a called strike 3. He's thrown one breaking pitch after another. I know Brad's not happy with that call. I think he thought it was low, and he's out of the game. He's just thrown out of the ball game. It looked like a pretty good pitch, Ruben. And Ronald Torres is trying to keep Brad Miller away.
A little bit of a mismatch. Ronnie Torres is trying to pull him off so he doesn't do anything ridiculous.
Boy, Brad is still livid.
I think he's probably more upset that he got thrown out of the game than the actual call, because I'm not sure. Brad Miller typically won't say anything too disparaging.
Yeah.
He can discuss it with him, but I'm not sure if it warranted him getting thrown out of this game. It was a very good pitch and was a strike.
It was a strike.
Yeah, no question.
Thanks to a 3-run home run by Nick Castellanos. And here's a bunt down the third baseline, and it's a good one. The throw is going to be wild. Yelich will stop right where he's at. They'll tag him to see if he made a move, and he did. Wow. John Libka, first base umpire, said he made a baseball move to second base, and now he's going to be ejected. Everything I saw there as Quinn Berry, the first base coach, is trying to get in the way here. Yelich has been ejected. Was he just stopped running, never moved to his left. And Indian did the right thing, just supplying the tag to see if he did, because he'd be out, and calling him out is John Libka.
You know what, Don? I saw a slight change of direction going towards second base.
Okay. Well, that's what Libka saw, too. It's been a frustrating year plus for Yelich, and this is kind of boiling over now.
Yeah, just the importance of the series will turn up the dial. See bench coach Pat Murphy. So now he goes down the line just that little bit towards second base.
Yeah.
You got to credit India just applying the tag.
He was right on the line. It was that last little move. You're absolutely right. I just saw him stop.
Yeah, that's enough.
Wow.
You see Quentin Berry, the first base coach for the Brewers. I think you get Christian Yelich out of there earlier than that. He extends the conversation and the frustration. One of your best hitters gets tossed out of the ball game when you're down 3-1.
Yelich was about to be the lead runner on here for the Brewers in the bottom of the 6th inning, but instead he is out, and credit India for having the presence of mind just to slap that tag on just in case. Well, it worked out to be more than in case. He's out and thrown out of this game.
Lays a bunt down. It was a safety squeeze. Ahmed not going anywhere, but it gets by Muncy. Are they going to say it's interference? They are. He's out, and Ahmed will have to go back to third. A huge call right there that is always going to bring an argument. Torey Lovullo comes out and wants to talk this over with Will Little. But they're going to say that Matt Peacock went out of his way to get in front of that throw.
Home plate umpire Will Little made the call. Peacock gets the bunt down. Clayton Kershaw first, worried about the guy on third, checks him, gets the throw, and you can see he is liberally on the inside of the 45-foot line in fair territory. It's not even close.
That's an easy one for Will Little.
Yeah. And he's on the grass. It's not even close. This might be a situation where Torey wants to get kicked out.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. He's trying to wake his team and his offense up.
Let's see if he can get thrown out twice. Yeah, but unless you are stepping, striding, reaching, or sliding, as the rule book says, in the immediate vicinity of the bag in order to touch the bag, you've got to be in that 3-foot lane. He was in his own lane inside the.
And he was there a while.
Yeah.
A ball and 2 strikes to Eloy. Strike 3 called. Eloy doesn't like it. He goes down via the punch out.
It's borderline down, and Tony La Russa comes out number 1 to take the attention away from Eloy if Eloy says anything on the way out. I mean, this is close. Looked like it might have dipped, maybe caught a tip of the lower part of the zone, but it was received pretty well by Higashioka. As you can see, I mean, just borderline the bottom part.
And Tony La Russa just got run.
Again, that's to take the emphasis away from Eloy, because you never know if this thing does go into extras. Eloy stays in the game, Tony doesn't.
This guy likes to pitch inside. You know about the history between the Marlins and Acuna, and there we go. First pitch of the game, he gets smoked.
Yeah, as much as he pitched in last time down in Miami and didn't do it very well, kind of had a feeling that was going to happen at some point tonight.
Now Brian Snitker is out to bark at the umpires here.
Well, Lopez pitches in as much or more than anybody in baseball. We saw that down in Miami. Anybody in baseball. We saw that down in Miami.
So now the umpires will confer. We'll see if any warnings are issued the rest of the way, but Brian Snitker has grown very tired of this from Miami. So what could Brian be asking them to do in this spot?
They throw him out.
So Don Mattingly is out.
I don't know if I agree with that. If you're not going to do it right away, then what are you getting together and have a meeting for? I mean, if I'm Mattingly, I'm irate. If I'm the rest of those coaches, I'm irate.
That's Mel Stottlemyre Jr. Lopez, I believe, has been kicked out of the game after 1 pitch. The Marlins have hit Acuna 5 times in his career. And already fireworks, and it's not 4th of July yet.
Yeah, look, I know Ronald doesn't like to get hit. I get it. And I know Braves fans don't like it, and I know the Braves are upset about the fact that he got hit again. But I don't agree with this ejection. Particularly if you didn't do it right away, then what are you getting together for and deciding to do it?
Marcotte just got thrown out of the game. He came out to talk with home plate umpire Brian Knight and said, you know what, I got to fight here. I got to do this, and he did. And Brian Knight may have known it, and he threw him out. So the first ejection in the managerial career of Marcotte.
Well, he's letting him know, look, Mark, if you're going to come out here and talk about this again, I'm probably going to have to send you home.
Here's a 2-2. And that is in there for strike 3, and Xander is upset. Here comes Cora out of the ball game. Well, it's rare to see Bogey that upset and like flip the bat. Upset indeed as he is called out on strike 3.
I mean, that is wildly out of character for Bogaerts.
I can't afford that. Clearly frustrated, and now he's going to get his money's worth.
That particular side of the plate, especially when Kyle Hendricks was pitching.
Strike 3 call, and Mercer thought it was low.
Yeah, Davey can't go out there and save him, and he's gone.
The Nats will strand 3. Oh, they've stranded 4 all day. And this one, nothing game into the 8th inning.
Anyway, and Garrett was just thrown out by second base umpire Ramon de Jesus.
Curveball hits sharply on one hop, diving, stops Segura, scrambles to his knee, throws a one hopper, and the ball is kicked out of the glove of Hoskins, and a run will score. And Reese is running back toward the bag. He's asking them to take a look at it. I don't know how the ball got knocked out of his glove if it was kicked out.
Because I do think he caught it on the scoop.
He did. And Joe's going to come out. Yeah, he's out there. Yeah, he's out. And he had it long enough.
Yes, he did. Did matter if did his foot stay on the bag?
Yes.
Yes.
It's not reviewable because of the timing. I think that's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is. When he said it's not reviewable. Because it is reviewable on a play like that. Now Joe's been thrown out of the ball game.
It's a legitimate beef.
It's definitely legitimate beef. I think Bill Miller did a little instigation there.
Sure did.
And Tim not real happy with Nick Marley.
And Nick runs him after boxing a ball in his second at bat in the third.
Tim cannot hit him with his helmet. And that's what Marley is saying. And Tony's got to get out there and get in between him so he doesn't bump him again.
Yeah, that's not good.
No, and I think that one's going to cost him. No, you literally, and I don't care how mad you are, you cannot do that.
Can't do it.
Just If you want to get close in his face, take the helmet off.
Yeah, you can't do that.
No, and Tim is saying, why'd you throw me out? A little more vociferously, and then Tony got the heave-ho, which you would expect after something like that.
Here it comes. Called strike 3, and Schwarber is thrown out of the game, and he had zero issue with getting thrown out. Making it very clear, you've missed him inside, outside, up and down. Kyle Schwarber thrown out after being punched out by Angel Hernandez, and Joe may go too. Now, Schwarber is speaking for both sides tonight. We saw a lot of those demonstrations, none like that, but we certainly saw them as the players were going back to the bench.
And that is strike 3. Machado goes looking. That is 9 strikeouts, 13 in a row for Wainwright. A lot of drama in between innings here in St. Louis. After Manny Machado struck out looking, he would throw his equipment, and then as he was walking back said some stuff to home plate umpire Chris Siegel. Yeah, it starts here with the toss of the equipment. It really wasn't much of anything. The bat he actually threw was a little more offensive than his gear, and then said some stuff here, and now he's gone.
Yeah, you can't argue balls and strikes. Clearly, you can clearly see what Manny said to him. He did give him some leeway, and then Bob Melvin came out.
And Bob gets ejected too. So the Padres are without Manny Machado and Bob Melvin for the remainder of the evening.
A called third strike. They got to get Arenado out of there. Now it's too late. He's been ejected.
Watch out. Now, come on now. Crawford is into second. Now, what's going to be assessed here?
Yeah, I mean, what do we have going on? Chris Guccione, the home plate umpire.
I mean, he's got to be out, right?
I would think so.
You got to run Neris now.
I would hope that after the first time a tie was hit that everybody was warned. That's an automatic.
Neris has to be out of this game. And he is.
There you go.
Yeah. Now, come on, man. Don't go palms up on that. Yeah, he said you have to. You have to. That's the way the rules work. I mean, that was at the head. Behind him and at his head.
Yeah, that's what he's telling him, too. I wouldn't even waste time explaining it to him.
I mean, Dusty knows.
Yeah, that's okay. That's enough.
Let's go, man. Yeah, you all can sort this one out later.
Strike 3 called. And Nick's been thrown out of the ball game. He just put a mark down in the dirt as to where that pitch was. So he's been ejected.
That's true. That's true.
It's not in the 5th after he's really been going along just fine.
Rogers went around. And he wants to run down to first to argue with Hunter Wendelstedt.
Be careful, he's going to kick him out.
Buddy's trying to stop him, and he just got run. He didn't stop walking at him, and Brendan Rodgers, this isn't, you know, this is how frustrated the Rockies are right now. So I've never seen Brendan that demonstrative.
I think Brendan was trying to say that's happened to him twice tonight, because he also in the first inning. Oh, he held up. I understand why he's saying that. I don't blame you, Brendan.
Jazz Chisholm Jr. stands in.
Called strike 3, and Jazz has just been tossed. And now he'll exchange words with Jeff Nelson.
Well, Jeff Nelson had a couple of opportunities to throw him out in the third inning. And after Chisholm decided to bark again at a third strike call, this time he finally got a run.
Oh! Second time in the last couple of weeks he's gotten hit pretty high, and Vaughn just not happy, and Lopez talking to Vaughn, and now the infielders coming in, and White Sox bench has emptied. And here come both dugouts, and it's getting the two managers getting into it.
Well, I'm not sure Rocco wants any piece of Miguel Cairo. Ethan Katz playing the peacemaker.
Look, the context here too is this is the second time Vaughn's been hit up near the head in the last couple of weeks, and intentional or not, guys don't like it.
No, you can certainly understand that, but if Lopez wants to stay in his game, he better move back to where he's doing his job. And right now, as they drift away, the Sox whole team is drifting toward the Twin team. There's a little pushing and shoving, but that's about it at this point, and I hope the umpires come to that conclusion. You leave everybody in. They're warning both benches, but that's, at this point, that won't come to too much. But a warning has been issued to both benches.
Now here comes Miguel, and he'll chat with the home plate umpire.
And are they saying they're throwing out Miguel Cairo?
I think so. And yeah, Lopez was immediately, he didn't like that Vaughn kind of looked at him. And Correa and Vaughn talk it over. So Miguel Cairo, the acting manager, I believe, is out.
For the righty reliever, we've been told this is a fluid bullpen.
Oh no.
Dugouts are out there on the field. Dugouts have cleared. Bullpens are coming out now. 3 Mets hit by a pitch yesterday against the Nationals. It sounded like Buck and Dave had cleared the air. They know that they're trying to find a grip on these new baseballs, and it's just really tough. Again, you know this is not intentional, but when you start talking about a hand is bad enough because that can take you out of lineup for a couple days, but when you're playing around the face, the head, you're entering concussion protocol. You're wondering, is it more than that? Do you have a broken nose? Do you have to go do something else? And now Cishek had been standing on the mound. You're hearing the boos again because he came pretty aggressively off towards, it looks like Buck Showalter may have said something else. Martinez is going to come get his guy, and Cishek is leaving the game. And now Martinez has the unfortunate situation. He only brought his reliever in. He only gets to face Lindor, and he's got to burn through this fluid selection of bullpen guys once more, as he doesn't have anybody yet named to their assigned slots.
A little bit high. Oh! And Hosmer has been ejected.
Take a look at one more time at strike 3 here on Hosmer. Jimenez, the home plate umpires, had a pretty big zone tonight. That one did flip the top of the zone. Split finger pitch with some frustration bubbling up. And for the first time this year, a Cub has been ejected. 2, as a matter of fact, as Hosmer goes, and then David Ross behind him.
He's up there with 2 on and 2 out. Gallen having to work here in the 6th inning.
On the corner, ring him up and sit him down. And Segura's been ejected. Mark Rippiger runs him. As Gallen gets strikeout number 6 and strands 2. Segura is gone, and so are the Marlins in the 6th. We are still tied at 1.
When he speaks, also very eloquent young man, very bright young man. Marte takes strike 1 against Justin Lawrence, and he just got tossed at the plate.
As soon as he threw up the 2 fingers, like that's the second time you've called a pitch down there, that's an automatic ejection. I mean, Hunter Wendelstadt's not going to put up with that. But he's going to throw out Torrey too.
Well, there goes Torrey. He got Brendan Rodgers last night. That's 3 in 2 nights.
He just said you're better than that.
So Marte at the plate didn't like this strike call.
No,
he didn't like one earlier. He thought that was low.
So watch him throw the 2 fingers up. This is what gets him right there.
Yeah.
So you've made that call. I mean, that's one of the first things you learn in pro ball is you can't do that to the umpire, right?
I think, and I'm trying to read lips, which I'm terrible at, but I think Hunter Wendelstedt almost said what you did. He's like, you can't.
Yes, you can't do that.
You can't do that.
You can't do that.
And I think great players, great talents.
Runner goes, fisted, ground ball off the glove of Lindor as Meyer slid in.
See, Lindor tries to hold the bag, and I think what Lindor is talking about is the hand. Look at the hand of Will Myers. It interferes with Lindor actually catching the ball.
And Showalter's been tossed.
There they go. 3-2 is strike 3. 2 on, nobody out, but no runs for the Giants. We'll go to the bottom of the 3rd, and JD, I think he just got tossed out of the game. Well, this was the pitch that had JD Davis so hacked off, but I don't think it was only this, Javi. That was called strike 3. He was sure it was a ball. John Tumpain, after JD just kept jawing at him, and Tumpain pretty quick tossed him out of the game. Two times. JD was furious about that, and it wasn't over there. Gabe Kapler came out, and he was unhappy with the quick ejection, and then he gets tossed. Kapler and JD out of the game, so that makes Kai Correa the manager.
And a call, strike 3 at the knees. Trey did not think so. He's down looking. Phillies do tie it up, but a sac fly.
Go get him, Dusty.
Yes.
Go get him, Dusty.
We'll go to the 6th. It's a 1-1 game. As we were going to break, you saw the discussion, and then eventually he throws him out, and Trey's like, what are you talking about? I threw my bat and my helmet to the bat boy.
Yeah, you see right there, he said, I just threw my you-know-what to the bat boy.
How about this down the line from Dominic Smith? K-Barrett Ruiz heading for 3rd. Smith into 2nd. They're going to send K-Barrett all the way from 1st. And
he's safe.
They're going to call him out.
No way.
For going out of the baseline?
Are we there? Seriously? Oh, this is awful.
Davey's going to have to be careful with his demonstration here not to get tossed. But you're trying to elude the catcher on a throw that took the catcher into foul ground.
Oh, look at me. I could throw you out.
At least he combed his hair today.
That's awful.
Crew chief Mark Carlson coming in to help out. Not Davies in his face.
Yeah.
Because Carlson had a rough night here.
Yeah, he's going to get it out for the other day ago for the Jamer Candelario.
Yeah. Can you get tossed by 2 umpires in the same game?
Yeah, you can get your money's worth for both. I mean, Derek Thomas, let's figure this thing out, please. He's got the Jimmy Chitwood hair from Hoosiers. What do you think?
I mean, that's a great throw by Hernandez. I don't know that I've ever seen a guy called for going out of the baseline at home.
Yeah, no, he's trying to. No, you're supposed to run into the catcher's mitt. That's what you're supposed to do, Bob.
And again, you wonder about. Oh, Bay is just tossed. G1 Bay is thrown out.
Yeah, that pitch was in, and Bay went wild on Jeremy Rayak, who immediately threw him out of the game. Whatever he said, the home plate umpire didn't like it immediately.
Some kind of a magic word. He got tossed without even arguing.
Mid at bat.
And a called strike 3.
Oh my gosh.
Now Bryce has got to be careful because I don't know if McKay will give him any latitude here. He just waved him off. Rob Thompson. Rob's going to be thrown out of this game. There he goes.
And rightfully so. I mean, this is a tight time of the game. Got to bear down.
They're going away the pitch. He struck him out, and Contreras is ejected from the game. Contreras just got thrown out. He's going to draw the strike zone. He's going to toss the bat too. Frustration boiling over in the Cardinal 7. Hitters hate when the bat is taken out of their hands, and Contreras, as we said a moment ago, has had the best view behind the plate. One pitch that didn't go Wainwright's way led to a big Pirates inning. 2 pitches in that sequence were low, and Contreras swung and missed and got thrown out of the game. And now Oliver Marmol is going to get tossed as well, and he's still getting his money's worth with Brendan Miller.
Well, this escalated quickly here, and Wilson Contreras, he came out for a little bit more. Ollie Marmol, though, got ejected in this one as well, and I think that he was going back out and said, look, what did I say?
And the pitch on the inside corner. Strike 3 called. Alec Bohm, he's just been fined. Fortunately, that's it right now.
And there he goes.
And now he's thrown out of this ball game as he slams his helmet down. That does not happen for Alec Bohm. The pitch, according to our box, was a hair in.
That ain't a strike.
It's not a strike.
Called strike 3, another one on an edge. And that's going to do it for Jorge Soler today. He gets thrown out by Bill Miller. And Skip Schumacher, who was ejected Monday night, now having words with another home plate umpire.
You got to understand why Skip Schumacher's out there, because he's saying, no, you can't just throw a guy out for that.
And it really dovetails into the discussion. That's going to do it for Skip now, too.
And here comes the man of the day to this point, Adolis Garcia. And he gets hit by the first pitch here and gets right in Maldonado's ear. The benches are clearing in the American League Championship Series. Everybody doing their very best to keep their cool, but Garcia's losing his.
Well, you can understand why he's so hot. That's a 90-something-mile-an-hour fastball up near the shoulder.
I know he's pleading his case that it wasn't on purpose. All signs point to it being on purpose.
3-2. And that looked good.
Oh, it sure did. Now you can boo.
Yeah, that's...
That's exactly the pitch that you want there after you saw him foul off that slider. He's way ahead. And
Ben May and Bruce Bochy. Oh, there goes Boch. And Boch is going to come get a pound of flesh for this one. When you paid for it, you might as well take it with you. And Boch has himself a pretty good argument. What's the matter with you?
I agree. I think Andrew Heaney executed this pitch exactly where he wanted to. Jonah Heim so excellent at receiving and made us all think that pitch was in the strike zone, and he's pretty patient here.
Short edges off of first, the 3-2. Got him. Fastball inner half of the plate, right on the edge for a called third strike. Perfect pitch.
A.J. Hinch is upset at Laz Diaz, and he's going to get tossed because Diaz and Baez were getting into it a little bit. So a beef with the pitch clock right here. It's at 0.
That's a legitimate beef as well, for sure.
And in there, and he took one too many. Now he's going to argue that with a home plate up rehack, and he is going to be tossed out.
Can't. Yeah, I understand his frustration there, but knowing where you are in this game, like I said, Connor's still in it, and he can go there, but now you've got to put a guy like Devers in at third, and we don't know what the situation is.
Down to 1.
It's a strike, too.
No doubt.
I know you're upset, but you just can't get thrown out there.
Oh, strike 3 call. And Arozarena flipping the bat. And he has been flipped. Ejected by Junior Valentine. Well, that was a quick reaction as Arozarena not happy over the call. You saw the bat flip, and just as quickly Valentine went up with the arm to eject him.
They take off, and that is in there as he came at 96. Another conversation by Red Sox hitter with Valentine. And a strand 2, but the Red Sox lead it 2-1.
Oh, there we go. That ball's down, and Cora let him have it, let him know. It's been going on here now for some time. That ball, strike 3. That's a big pitch. He had bases loaded, 2 outs. Valentine calls a ball that he hasn't called a strike all day long. Cora goes out, lets him know about it, and gets tossed.
Well, you and I were talking in between breaks a couple innings ago that this was one of the days it looked like Alex Cora could well be tossed out. He has been, even though his team has the lead and the Red Sox are going for a sweep today. They had enough with Valentine's strike zone.
How many times have we seen guys take pitches for ball 4 that create huge innings in the last couple of days? That should have been another example of it. Give Reese McGuire another shot with 2 outs. That's a good take from Trevor Story, and Junior Valentine rung him up.
Sure what he meant by that, but sounded good. And now a pickoff, and they've got Witt trapped between second and third, running him down, and he's going to be out. He slid past the bag. His momentum carried him past the bag, and LeMahieu was able to make the tag, but Witt was outrunning him. I don't know why they didn't throw the ball to third. You don't chase the guy toward the base from whence he came. So that was very poorly done by New York. And Mike Matheny is out there saying, well, he slid into third, but the momentum of the defender pushed him off the base. Manny Gonzalez is the third base umpire. So Witt had generated some pretty good speed, and Mike Matheny just got thrown out, and now he's nose to nose with the umpire.
Well, you take a look at the replay, Denny, and it really looks like he was shoved off the bag. That
down in the corner, and a 1-2-3-7 for Leclerc. Somebody's been tossed, and I'm not sure who it is. This called third strike was at least in our box. David Popkins, the Twins hitting coach, getting tossed by Corey Blazer, because a lot of them tonight have not been in our box.
So moments ago we were going to break, showing you Edward Cabrera who's getting ready for his start, but while that was happening, Brian De La Cruz was called out for swinging at this pitch, Holly, and then he ended up getting tossed.
Well, you can clearly see the frustration. De La Cruz checked his swing, and the question is, did he go or not? Now, he's going to give you a different answer than really anybody else, but the first base umpire says he did, and that's what ignites De La Cruz. He's on his way down to first base, and he doesn't like it. But he's not actually ejected by the first base umpire. He's ejected by the home plate umpire, and I don't agree with this. That he warned him, and then De La Cruz did nothing to warrant being ejected in the last 2 seconds right there. I mean, you got to be kidding me.